Welcome to another Real Estate Top Performer segment. We've got a great group of people on the couches with us today. Joni, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Joni Williamson with ERA Martin Associates.
Josh Green with Eastern Title and Settlement.
Ashley Ball Crist with Main Street Home Loans.
Thank you guys so much for being here today. Joni, how long have you been a realtor?
21 years this month, actually.
Wow, what made you want to go into that side of work?
It was family business. My grandmother and my dad were both in real estate, both real estate brokers. So I went to college to study psychology, and upon graduation realized I do not really want to do that. Got into real estate. I find that I actually use psychology every day, though.
Just about to say, that's the perfect background for this job.
But definitely family business, and kind of fell into it and have been loving it ever since.
Oh, that's exciting. What's your favorite part about it?
Well, I used to work a lot with buyers and sellers. Now I mostly work behind the scenes, training and supporting our agents. I find it most rewarding to help our agents either get a really important deal done or get some sort of accomplishment on their end. I'm a big cheerleader from the sidelines for them.
That's fun, celebrating all the wins.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Well, we're gonna do a little game today, I think. We're gonna play a little Mythbusters.
Sounds good.
Change it up, right?
Ready for it.
We just went through Halloween and then the spooky season, so now we're here. I'm gonna read the myths, and then you guys can take turns hitting the buzzer. I don't need to get pre-approved until I find the house I want to buy.
I'll address that one. A lot of times people wait to talk to a mortgage lender like Ashley until they are ready to buy a home. But with the way that the market moves, you want to be able to find out exactly how much you can afford, and then when you find that house, you want to be able to put an offer in right away and not have to wait a couple more days and possibly miss out.
You need 20% down to purchase a home.
Yes. Sorry, I
Go ahead,
got excited
Ashley.
about that one. So what's really interesting is, no, that's something that a lot of our parents' generation is constantly saying, but you do not. We have no down payment programs. And then what's also interesting in today's market is 20% down doesn't necessarily get you the best interest rate anymore. So it all kind of depends on where that bucket falls. So no, not at all. You can put down nothing.
And to go off that, my dad, when I bought my first house, made me put 20% down. And I could have bought a house a lot earlier. And he was like, you have to put 20% down. So that's really true.
Yeah.
Your parents tell you a lot of things that have changed since then.
Right, which is why it's good to talk to the lender, because there's some options where, like you said, it's 0% down.
No, we have down payment assistance programs, or you have USDA that's no money down. So there's a lot of different things that, programs that are for,
Yeah. I can skip a home inspection to make my offer stronger.
Her eyes got wide.
She's like, this is exactly what I tell my agents, or the people I train.
And again, one of the first things that we tell a client when they're making an offer is get this home inspected. You never know what's going on behind the walls, under the crawl space, up in the attic and all that good stuff. And we're not, experts at building homes or anything like that. So we always recommend that somebody get a home inspection, usually a termite inspection and other relevant inspections in this area, like well and septic as well. But, even though you might feel like it will cause your offer to be weaker if you're asking for inspections, you can structure it so that maybe you're doing inspections for your information only, but that doesn't mean that the seller is going to pay for repairs or have to put more money out. So it could be the same financially for the seller, but to protect yourself as a buyer, you definitely want to.
I'll just wait for the market to crash.
Oh my goodness, what a topic of conversation. It comes up all the time, pretty much every day in my life. So it's so interesting that people keep saying that, like the market crashing. In reality though, if you look throughout time, we're really not at that high of an interest rate. Here's the thing, when those rates go down a little bit more, there are so many people that are literally waiting on the sidelines that are gonna be putting offers in on houses. So then what happens then is you're gonna be paying more for that same house. So no.
Or less options, right? I mean,
Correct.
They're gonna start, they know what, they already are eyeing which ones
Everybody
they
wants
want.
to sit on the fence.
Yeah.
Look, you're never going to get the market at the top or the bottom. Just get in so you're in and you're playing ball.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit on the side of the court, you're never going to win.
True.
So just jump in and just, it'll all correct itself in time. It might take 5 years or whatever, but you're always going to come out on top in real estate.
Although interest rates go up and down, typically over time, historically, you'll see that the values of homes have risen. So it's unlikely that the value is going to drop substantially enough to make a difference if you're saving, a point in interest or something like that. You can always refinance too.
All right, it's cheaper to rent than buy.
Oh, I'll answer one since there's no title questions around here. You know, if you're paying rent, you're not getting the write-offs as you are with the mortgage and the interest that you're paying on it. So it's beneficial if you're paying $2,500 a month in rent, and you can go buy a house for $2,500 a month. You get the tax write-off, and you also get depreciation, and you get the increase in the value of the property when it goes up.
And you have no control over what the rental payment is when you're renting. You know, it could go up every year, and then you may not even have control over where you live. Landlords decide to sell their homes. They decide to go in different directions.
They don't want to fix it.
Yeah. Not to mention there just isn't a lot of rentals.
That's very true.
In this area.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
I always
not
say
like
too,
that.
if you're going to pour that money into something, it might as well be yours at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, pay yourself
something
back.
that you own.
And a lot of people are on salaries and they work 40-hour weeks, and that's what their paycheck is. And the only way for them to create wealth within their family is through real estate. So buy a house, buy a condo, get started small, do whatever you can. Just get, like I said before, get in the game.
The best time to sell is spring. Why do people say that? Why do they say that?
Spring is traditionally a popular real estate market because the sun is coming out, everything's getting green, houses look their
they
best.
look their
So
best.
I think that's
Curb
why
appeal.
they get market curb appeal. People are coming out of hibernation from the winter. They're like, oh, maybe I want to come out and check out these houses out here. So there is just more activity in general because of those factors. But really, any time of the year, it's going to be similar because if you're selling, for example, during the holidays, a lot of people say you don't want to sell during the holidays. You know, there's not a lot going on, but there's less competition for those buyers. They have less choices. A lot of buyers have to buy something before the end of the year because they have a job change or they're looking to change schools for their kids or they have deadlines that they need to do. And if people are looking at that time of year, they're generally more serious, more ready to actually make a move than, you know, spring people are thinking about it. But if somebody's looking in fall or winter, they're pretty serious and there's less for them to choose from as far as houses go.
Or second home. So people want to buy a second home on the off season, right? So that they can start making money come
That's
spring.
very true.
And the people who have the Airbnbs want to sell it because they don't want to have to pay to fix it up before they have to go rent it. So they make all their money, and then September, October, November, they're like, I'm not putting all that money. This house got ruined. Then you sell it, get out, and start over again.
Seasonal market like Ocean City with weekly rentals, you often can't even look at homes during the summer season. You have to wait until after the season.
Booked out,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, we're there. All right, ready? This is a good one.
Uh-oh.
If a house has been on the market for a while, there must be something wrong with it.
I'm going to say that's not true. Sometimes they, you know, right now we're in a market that's adjusting. So a lot of people think their houses are worth more than they really are because prices are coming down, and they're like, this house I want to make some money on, and it's worth, let's say, 500 grand, but the house across the street just sold for 450 and it's identical. So your house is worth 450, but they don't want to go and give it. I want to see what it is, and I'm pretty sure Joni deals with this, their expectations and the agent creating those expectations so that they price it well, so it moves quicker, so that it's not sitting on the market and going through price reduction after price reduction. Because when people see that, they're going to come and lowball you.
Yep, there might not be anything wrong with the house. It just might have been the seller's expectation from the beginning. And a lot of times we'll see homes go under contract quickly, but then it falls through because maybe that buyer had something come up and they're not able to buy anymore, or they couldn't come to terms with the seller on a repair. So there's nothing wrong with the house. The value is good, but the first buyer just didn't work out. But now you see, oh, it's been out there a couple of months. What's wrong with it?
You should remodel your home before you list it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and this is just coming from my head, not experience, because I'm not a real estate agent. But I personally wouldn't want that. I don't think, because this person is gonna put their take on things, and then you have someone coming in and probably gonna redo it anyway. So I would rather have someone not spend the money.
You could do it yourself.
Because you can do it yourself.
And I'll say too, Joni, I know as a realtor, a lot of times when you go through people's homes for the first time and you're taking notes for the sizes of things and they're like, well, what should I change? And you could say certain things. We've been in plenty of homes with Tara and I where they're like, oh, they told me to do this, take down this and change this paint color, little things. But we've also been in homes before where the homeowner was like, well, the next person can do that because they have a different vision, they have a different taste, right? Don't spend all that extra money fixing it up for what you like because you don't know what the buyer's gonna like the next time.
Exactly. We tell our sellers, one of my favorite terms is you want to minimize objections. So you want to get rid of things change things that were going to cause a buyer to be like, ooh, or that would cause the house not to qualify for a loan. For example, if your roof is bad and falling in, that's something you might want to look into investing in order to make it easier for the mortgage process. But you don't need to, put granite countertops in or change your flooring as long as there's nothing wrong with what you have now. Now, if you had a leak, you want to make sure that's repaired. You want to clean up the damage and fix the problem, but you don't need to, do additional upgrades. It's usually more worth it to just do those repairs.
Yeah, even changing out like hardware and faucets, just do little changes if you want. Take care of little things.
Sure, everything's clean.
Yeah, clean. That is
That's
a big
one.
thing too.
That's a huge one.
Hire someone to come in and clean the house before you have some showing.
Absolutely, and that's a big thing that people don't think about a lot. They're living there, they're comfortable there, but just having everything fresh and spotless and that clean smell when you walk in can make a huge difference.
For sure. Josh can bake some cookies when the people are coming in. Yeah. Well, this was a fun game of Mythbusters. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for the idea. This was really fun for a segment. So, Joni, how can people get in contact with you?
I'm Joni Williamson with ERA Martin Associates. We have an office in Salisbury and one in Ocean Pines. You can reach us by calling 410-749-1818, or our website is www.eradelmarva.com.
Josh Green with Eastern Title and Settlement. You can get a hold of me at 240-876-0642 or josh@easterntitle.com.
I'm Ashley Ball-Crist with Main Street Home Loans. You can get in contact with me at 443-799-4455 or look us up on social media at ABC Lending Team.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today and playing Mythbusters.